Hi, I'm Rob with Hayneedle. This is a short video on the assembly of the Annabelle Dollhouse. The estimated time in this assembly is 45 minutes to an hour, and the tools you will need are an Allen wrench, which is provided, and a Phillips head screwdriver, which is not provided. We'll start by opening the box and removing all of our pieces. Locate your instructions. On the inside, you'll find a parts and hardware list. Take a brief inventory to make sure you have all your pieces needed for this assembly. Our first step is to attach our piece 1 to our piece 2. To do this, we'll be using 2 of our dowel nuts labeled as B and 2 of our bolts labeled as A. Take your first dowel nut and from the bottom of 2, place in like so. Then take your second and place into the side. Line the holes up on the side of 2 with the holes in the side of 1. Use your bolts to tighten into place, then fully tighten using your Allen wrench. Repeat this step using the same hardware for your piece 3 on the bottom of your piece 1. After 3 is attached, we're going to take again our bolt A and our dowel rod B and attach our piece 4 to our piece 1. Take your dowel nut and place in the top, then take your bolt, stick through the hole farthest from the end, tighten into place using your Allen wrench. Be sure not to over tighten to avoid stripping out the nut and bolt. Now turn your dollhouse onto the side, and first, using our panel labeled as 5, through 3 and 2, slide down into place. Repeat this step with your panel 6 in between your pieces 2 and 4. Now take 2 of your bolts labeled as C and using the Allen wrench in between floors 3 and 2, secure piece 7 like so. Next, using our screws labeled as D, we'll attach our 2 pieces 14 to our piece 11. Take your piece 14 and line up with the holes on 11 on the back side. Place 2 of your screws D through and tighten using a Phillips head screwdriver. Now, using again your screws labeled as D, we'll attach our piece 13 to our piece 11. Line the holes up on 13 with the holes in 11, and from the bottom, place 2 of your screws into place and tighten using your Phillips head screwdriver. Using again our screws D, we're now going to attach our piece 12 to the rest of our structure. Line up the holes in 12 with the holes in 11. Place your 2 screws on the top and tighten into place using a Phillips head screwdriver. Next, using again our 2 screws labeled as D, we'll be attaching our piece 9 to the top of our piece 11. Line up the holes and insert your screws. Tighten down using a Phillips head screwdriver. Now take 4 of your screws labeled D and we'll attach our piece 10 to the rest of our structure. Place 10 in between 12 and 9, matching up the holes on each side. Insert 2 screws and tighten down using your Phillips head screwdriver. Now we'll attach our elevator to our piece D by putting the slides on the side of the elevator up through the chute on side D. Just slide into place. Now that our elevator is installed, place your piece 8 on top of the dollhouse and using our dowel nuts labeled as B, place 1 in both sides of the dollhouse Then using our bolts labeled A from the top, tighten one on each end using our Allen wrench to fully tighten. After you tighten both of your bolts, turn your dollhouse around and using 3 of our dowel nuts, we'll place one into each hole at the top of the back of our dollhouse. Then using 3 of our bolts labeled as A, we will tighten down each using our Allen wrench. Now take your piece 16 and insert it in the slots in the bottom and second floor. Now we'll be attaching our piece 15 to our second and top floor. To do this, we'll be using our hardware labeled as C. Place C up through the second floor and into piece 15 and tighten into place using your Allen wrench. Next, take 2 of your screws labeled as K and up through the final floor and in to your piece 15, tighten into place using your Phillips head screwdriver. Using 4 of our remaining screws labeled K, we're going to attach both of our pieces 18 to the top of our house. Match up the holes and place 2 on each side. Use your Phillips head screwdriver to tighten into place. To attach our stairs labeled 19, simply place the pegs of the stairs into the holes in the second floor and the slot of the top of the stairs into the floor of the third floor. Now take your screws labeled as G and we'll attach our decorative corners. Place your first screw in the top hole and using a Phillips head screwdriver, tighten into the corner of your dollhouse. Repeat this step with your remaining corners. Now take your 4 screws labeled as I. We're going to attach our piece 20 to our pieces 18. Line up the holes in 20 with the holes in 18 and using 2 of your screws on each side and a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten, we'll secure 20 to both of our pieces 18. Using your hardware E and L, we're going to attach our piece 22 to the opposite side of our dollhouse. Start by taking your pieces L and placing them on the inside of 22. Then place through the holes on the side of the dollhouse and take your hardware E and screw in on the opposite place. Use your Phillips head screwdriver and also your Allen wrench to tighten into place. Next, we'll attach our piece 23 to the back. First, take 2 of your dowel nuts labeled as B and place into the holes in the back of 23. Put the end of 23 into the groove in the top of your dollhouse. Take your 2 remaining A bolts, place 1 in each side, and tighten into place using your Allen wrench. Using 2 of our screws labeled as D, we're going to attach our part 27 of our roof to our part 28 of our roof. Notice the holes in the back of 27. Line them up with the 2 holes on the side of 28. Place both of your screws through and use your Phillips head screwdriver to tighten into place. Now we'll attach our piece 24 to our piece 28 using 4 of our screws labeled D. Bend 24 and place the plastic pegs into each hole in 28, then turn over and tighten your 4 screws into the 4 holes using your Phillips head screwdriver to fully tighten. Now attach your piece 29 using your 4 screws labeled D. Place 29 underneath your newly assembled arch and tighten 1 screw into each of the 4 holes. Use your Phillips head screwdriver to fully tighten. Start by taking your piece 31 and your piece 26, lining up the holes in 26 with 31, and using our screws labeled as D, place 2 inside using your Phillips head screwdriver to tighten into place. Now we'll attach our piece 31 to our dollhouse using our screws labeled D. Place 1 into each of the 4 holes and use your Phillips head screwdriver to tighten down the roof. We'll attach the front part of our roof. To do this, we'll need 5 of our screws labeled as D. Place the roof on and match up the holes, starting with the hole in the middle, then your 2 on the sides. Use your Phillips head screwdriver to tighten into place. After you tighten on your roof, all it's left to do is add your accessories. A note that some accessories do require minor assembly. And there you have your finished dollhouse.